basically we made higher than the angels. The Bible said we gonna judge angels. Apostle Paul told us that. He said, know you not that you should judge angels, and you take your brother to the law? You can't judge these little matters. I mean, all this is in the future. We jumping ahead a whole lot right now because we just, in Genesis. But basically, the angels got jealous because they didn't have wives in heaven. It's only one place in the Bible, Zechariah 5:9, where it even mentioned females. They don't even call them angels. It say they females, they had wings, and they fly, they brought something. And that's it. All the other angels apparently might be men. And they got jealous. So they found out a plan. They made a plan. They said, hey, man, it was 200 of them. They said, hey, man, we leaving. You can come with us. We going down there. We going to the earth. So, boom, we went to the earth. They went to the earth. A lot of pastors and preachers try to deny it, but you can't deny it because it talk about how it was giants in the land in those days and after, when the sons of God saw that the daughters of men were beautiful, and many of them had all wives and so they came down and had sex with women. And
I don't know what it is right now, but in the Bible, it talks about how men were as tall as cedar trees.
Mm-hmm.
You know how tall a cedar tree is?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
About 40 feet.
That's the minimum, ain't it?
Yeah, I think that was
that's the minimum. So I mean, this stuff is in the Bible, man.
Go back to the firmament, and what probably trip you out if, like you said, we never reached heaven through a ship. How do you think Nimrod was going to get up to heaven?
Right, exactly. He was trying to build.
But God said if we don't stop him, he was going to make it to heaven.
So that's deep. Now Nimrod, he wasn't planning on physically building that building thousands and millions of miles up to reach.
He built a Stargate.
Yeah, it was a way
to get in touch. He built it on a certain spot on Earth on purpose. Because do you believe that angels can travel from heaven to Earth right now as we speak?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, how do you think they can get here? Can they get here any kind of way?
Yeah.
That I don't know.
They gotta go through a Stargate.
They don't have to. They can fly. They can get in a spaceship, or they can come through a gate. And we saw that in Jacob's ladder. He went to sleep in a certain spot, ley lines, this rock, and he saw the angels coming through this gate, going in. And he marked the spot with rocks and prayed to God because he thought he saw God. But it's deep. It's deep. So where were we at? We got about 37 minutes, guys. So so let's see. Okay, now we know that even in the Hebrew today, the evening and the morning was the first day, right? Their day don't start like ours. They don't start in the morning and then the evening. Their day is the evening and the morning, just like Jesus said, just like God said. So, so let's pick it up at verse 7. And God made the firmament and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament. And it was so. And God called the firmament heaven. And the evening and the morning were the second day. So that's all he did in the second day. And it said, and God said, let the waters under heaven be gathered together unto one place, and let there be dry land appear. And it was so. Now this is from verse 2, where darkness was up on the face of the deep. See, the earth was already there in verse 2. So when we get down to verse 10, he just recreating it. And you're going to see later where he say replenish the earth. We all know what replenish mean. It don't mean it's the first time it's being filled.
Right.
Yeah, okay. Okay, let's see. And God said, let the waters gather together in one place, and let the dry land appear. And it was so. And God called the dry land earth, and the gathering together of the waters he called seas. And God saw that it was good. And God said, let the earth bring forth grass, herb. Okay, this is where we're gonna shoot the people in the foot, the evolutionists. They don't want you to know this part. All right. And God said, let the earth bring forth grass, the herb yielding seed, and the fruit tree yielding fruit after his kind, whose seed is in itself upon the earth. And it was so. And the earth brought forth grass, the herb yielding seed after his kind, and the tree yielding fruit whose seed was in itself after his kind. And God saw that it was good. And the evening and the morning were the third day. So we're going to see that pattern everything comes after his kind. Never in there you see, well, he said he gonna make a frog and it's gonna turn into a turkey. No. That's not possible. Everything is reproduced after his kind. Yeah. So that evolution stuff really don't fly. And we're gonna let's see how far we can get before. Okay. Okay, and God saw that it was good, and the evening and morning was the third day. And God said, "Let there be lights in the firmament of heaven." Now this is the second light. These are actually the stars, the sun, and the moon. In the Bible, we're going to talk about the stars. We might have to continue that because time is ticking, but Jesus said what? I am the bright and morning star.
Mm-hmm.
Satan is what?
Eastern star.
Son of the morning.
Son of the morning, yeah.
Okay, then the Bible talk about when the morning stars sang together. The Bible talk about how all the stars have their own name and their own shine, their own brightness. The stars, the book of Enoch talk about is certain stars who gonna be damned, because when God said come forth, they didn't come forth. So they gonna be punished. It's deeper than what we think, because we think some stuff, I mean, how do they continue to be light? If they say, all the scientists say, it's just a gaseous ball, plasma gas. Well, when is it gonna run out of gas? You know what I'm saying? They say the sun is just gas. Who keep refilling it? If it, it ain't big enough to just fill it with all that gas for millions and billions, however long, and it just keep burning.
Well, people do say there's a finite life to the sun.
Finite?
Scientists say that. Because what they say is that all the stars, like, because the stars are so far away from the earth, you can have a star go nova or supernova and you won't know it and for another however long it takes that light to get to earth.
Got a question for y'all. Have y'all heard of CERN?
CERN?
CERN.
Mm-mm.
Hadron Super Collider. Cecil was just telling us about Nimrod was trying to find a way to get to heaven.
BP Earth or something?
This is in the news. On
Yeah,
the 20th, they gonna turn.
Superconductor.
Now we know about the Higgs boson. Okay. And in school they taught you that an atom was the smallest particle.
Right.
They found a particle smaller than the atom. They got these super colliders, superconductors. It's just big magnets. The CERN is 17 miles, and it's the powerfulest magnet ever created. And it just smash atoms. Okay. And they ain't turned it on full power yet. So they said the God particle. What they're trying to do is find a way to live eternal without going through God, without Jesus. And so
I heard they was trying to build a star too.
A Stargate.
Yeah.
That's
okay,
what happened
okay.
was some of the scientists leaked. They said when we turned it on the first time, we saw some beings. We got in touch with some beings from out of space, and they started telling us, what we need to do to get this gate open. This guy named BP Earthwatch, he got a website. He also on YouTube. The Earth has a magnetosphere, ionosphere. It's basically a magnetic field that goes around it. When they turned CERN on the first time, it's like it was sucking in and out, like it was about to bust, like you about to poke a hole in the bubble. Mm-hmm. So they said March 20th, they're gonna turn it on full power. It might take about a month or two to get up to full power. And it says on the border of France and one of them countries over there. But they're trying to open up a black hole. They're gonna wait.
It was in Sweden, but Sweden.
There you go, France and Sweden on their borders. It's gonna be a solar eclipse. They say when all these planets line up, and the sun and the moon gonna line up a certain way, they're gonna turn on full blast. They're gonna try to blow a hole in the Earth's ionosphere to either let something in or
But who told them to do that?
Shoot.
Because they're not doing that just by their own calculations.
Exactly.
Yeah, they didn't. We got them unclean spirits to slid up in the door.
There you go.
Because who told them to wait till the planets line up and then turn this thing on full
Now,
blast?
we talked about this the last time.
But you know what's so funny? This is the funny part. They actually got songs that little kids sing to that talk about this stuff.
Yeah.
Who got something?
Man,
All of them.
But
Dark
all
Angel.
of them do.
What's that? Katy Perry. A whole bunch, man. It's a whole bunch of man.
and they talk about this stuff.
But that been them same spirits. They just
Yeah.
communicating with each other.
Yeah.
They know what they're doing.
Man, it's
You don't
crazy.
believe in the Book of Enoch, do you?
We
You
gonna
don't
get
think
there.
it's a relevant book?
The
The Book of Enoch?
nah, you and I didn't.
I first told you about it one time, but
We talked about it because you like Enoch was, yeah, because I told you I had an uncle named Enoch.
yeah.
We gonna get there.
But
But,
in the Book of Enoch, the fallen angels is taught warfare, taught women how to put on makeup, how to be seductive to men.
It's a whole bunch of stuff. We're gonna get there. A lot of this stuff is in Genesis, but it only gives little pieces. We're gonna okay, but back to CERN. Now they gonna turn it on full power and they wanna open up a Stargate. They saying we're going into the unknown. They either trying to let some in or let some out. And some of the scientists are scared. They say if we open this up, we don't know if we can close it. Now we know that God is gonna be the one to destroy the earth. Man is not gonna do it. But it sure seems like they trying. I'm gonna give y'all some clues.
Right before God destroys it, Satan gets his run at it.
Satan already getting his man. You know this is the last year of the Shemitah, right?
Yeah, you mean you already talked.
Yeah. So
What's the Shemitah?
Sabbath. It's a year. Every 7
50
years you
years.
have a Shemitah year. No, that's
Well,
not. That's the
Well, I mean, it's the same.
that's the Jubilee.
Last
we're
year
talking
was the Shemitah. This is the year of Jubilee.
about. No. Well, it might be the year of Jubilee and the Shemitah at the same time. Every 7 years is a Sabbath year. Just like every day is a Sabbath. Every 7 days is a Sabbath day, and the Jubilee is every 7 years. You get 7 sevens. It's 49 years, and that 50th year is all this is in the Bible. It go real deep. We'll get there. We got to go through. That's all this in the Old Testament, but you'll see that they still continue to practice this stuff in the New Testament and observe it. Like, but anyway, I'm trying to get to this CERN stuff, man. I don't know if y'all been keeping up with the Pope and what he been saying.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much.
Yeah, he telling us that Jesus even died for aliens, and they getting us ready to accept something that we.
They been ready. They been doing that.
Yeah, since Ronald Reagan, because Ronald Reagan talked about it.
Reagan and the president of USSR back then. Gorbachev.
Yeah, it's so deep, man. If I go too deep right now without showing y'all in the Bible,
Yeah.
everybody be like, oh, crazy, that went
Crazy,
nuts.
yeah.
So we just gonna go through the Bible and take our time, but we need to be prayed up because all this stuff that you're hearing on TV, all the churches, even the churches, this happy feel good message, it's deeper than that, man. Like a lot of them don't seem concerned because they like, hey, I'm glad I ain't gonna be here. I'm gonna be raptured out. If you only know.
Hey, this year, since you're talking about what's going on in the world, the Supreme Court's going to vote on if gay marriage is going to be.
It is. I'm trying to tell y'all. This
And you know what's sad about that?
It's going to happen.
Most people think they're going to say that
happen.
Yeah.
it's going to be federal, that it's going to be legal.
Exactly.
So
All
it's not going to
50
be up to the
states.
states anymore.
Yeah.
Supreme Court going to decide for you.
And you know what's
So you have to understand how federal law and state law kind of coincides. The federal government can make something legal, but if your state doesn't make it legal, then it's
But
not
they
legal.
have a federal judge in every state. They done overturned it in 37 states already. Every state that's had a gay marriage vote, they voted against it, and the federal judge in that state has overturned it. Be like, oh, y'all voted
What I'm not understanding though is that what is the big surprise? I mean, we know that Satan has been slowly trying to pervert the world in order to accept his will. So I mean, if people talking about gay marriage, it ain't gonna happen in all across the world. Just like pedophilia, just like the rest of the stuff is gonna become the societal norm. That's just paving the way for the Antichrist to come, because he can't come unless the human beings have to be corrupted, have to have a certain level of corruption in order for the satanic spirit to inhabit the body.